Hello, I'm BOODFM and welcome to a brand new series on my channel. It's a rebuilding series where I'm going to take over teams I like, some of my favourite teams that maybe were ones with the biggest clubs and teams in the world, and maybe teams that just need that little bit of Bood magic to try and get back to the top, whether it be winning their domestic league or even getting to a Champions League final. So I've picked a few different clubs that mean something to me, and we're just going to go through it one by one and try and rebuild these teams. I'm going to show you what I do. We're going to use my famous tactic and see if I'm any good at this game. And of course, we're going to be starting with my favourite Italian team, AC Milan. Now, massive club, great history. I love this team. They used to be amazing. Recently, they're a bit so-so. They're still a good club. They've still got good players, but they're not even in Europe this coming season. So what I'm going to try and do is not only I want to get back in Europe, but I want to try and win that league. I want to try and wrestle the league back off Juventus. That's the main aim of this one. But the entire series, we're going to go with AC Milan, then we're going to go with a few other clubs, so-called fallen giants. I've been playing a lot of Football Manager, a lot. But you know what? I freaking love this game, and it's been fun. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump in here with episode 1, and we're going to find out if I can rebuild AC Milan. But first, don't forget, smash that like button. It really helps me out. Help the episode, help the series, help the channel. If you want to help the channel that little bit more, you could pledge to my Patreon. You'll find a link to that down below. I think we should just get into this, shouldn't we, eh? Let's begin. So here we are with AC Milan. Now I'm using an updated database. Now I downloaded this a couple of weeks ago, and I've just been playing it a lot because I've had a lot of seasons to try and get through, because I've done 3 clubs so far. So I know it won't be the most up to date, but it's definitely up to date with the English transfers. But it is what it is. So yeah, it is 2018, but we're technically starting this brand new season. And as you can see, we're AC Milan, and we're not even in the Europa League, which is shocking, really, for a club this big. I mean, I grew up when the Serie A was the best league in the world, and AC Milan were amazing. I mean, just looking at their honours alone, they've won 18 Serie A titles, 7 Champions Leagues, 7. I mean, 7. The fact that they're not even fighting for the Europa League, I think, is a disgrace, and it shows I've got a lot of work to do. Now, they are in fact the last team to win the Serie A in 2010/11 before the Juventus dominance. And yeah, they've not even been in the top 3 for a while, have they? Which is crazy. I mean, Inter have had a bit of a drop off as well. It's all about Milan, you know. The mighty AC Milan. They probably had their best little run in recent times in the early 90s when they got 3 of these back to back. So that's my main aim, really, of this club and in this part of the series. Try and get Milan to win the league again. If we can do anything more than that, that'll be great. But yeah, I didn't hold much hope in doing that. Now, when I said didn't hold much hope, it makes it sound like I've got the worst team in the world. I haven't. They've got a good squad. You start off with a great squad, right? But AC Milan used to have world-class talent. Galacticos in their team. World-class players, and I don't think they've got one. Personally, I don't think they've got one world-class player. Now, they've got the goalkeeper, the young goalkeeper, who's pretty decent, one of the best on the game. I don't think he's the best, but he's one of the best. They've got some good players. They've got Suso, who can play all over midfield. I'll probably stick him on the right, even though he's left-footed. Is what it is. We've got this guy at left-back, Ricardo Rodriguez. Decent. I mean, they're good. They're good players. This guy actually gives me a little bit of hope. This young 22-year-old Polish striker. He's finishing 17. He's determined, off the ball 16, composure 15. He's not mega quick, but I think he's got all the right, attributes to be a good striker, especially in this league as well. I mean, I can go through them all, but you just see for yourself. Do you know what I mean? You've seen him already. Romagnoli, who is a decent young centre half. Don't get me wrong, he's good. It's good. But Juventus are awesome, aren't they? But apart from Juventus, we've probably got a good chance of getting this club back into Europe. Now, with this database, the finances are okay. Got 60 in the bank, 50 to spend. But I didn't know if I wanted to. Now, each club I do this with this rebuild series, I'm going to attack it differently, obviously for different reasons, depending on the club itself, the league it's in, the finances they've got. Now, looking at the Serie A, apart from Juventus, I think we've got a good team, to be fair. It fits my tactic quite well. Not perfect, but I'm not trying to win the league this first year. I think this first season, I've just got to try and get AC Milan back into Europe, but hopefully back into the Champions League. So I was going to do this one differently than some of the others. This first season, I wasn't going to spend any money. Now, this is the season preview before we've done anything at all. And obviously, I'm an unknown manager, so they don't know what I'm going to do. And we haven't got anyone in that Dream 11 there. It's pretty much Juventus, bit of Napoli. And we're predicted to be 5th. Now, there's 4 places to go Champions League. We'll get top 4. You know, Inter, obviously a good team. Juve, Napoli and Roma are good these days as well. Still got Lazio, Fiorentina. It's still a great league, right? I like it a lot. But we're Milan. We are AC freaking Milan. And if we're predicted to be 5th, I always know when I take over a team and I do my shit, I can usually do better than what the media predicts. And one of the main reasons for that is, I think with us not being in Europe, even our name isn't good enough at the minute. And we can't attract the kind of players I want. These are the best players who are willing to come to us at the minute. And I don't want really any of them. I don't think any of them would offer me anything I haven't got already. And I'd just be wasting the money. My plan is, let's try and save as much money. Let's see how the money works in this league. Let's try and look at the squad I've got. Then I can assess it next summer. Get rid of the deadwood I don't want, that I know is crap and don't work for me, especially my tactic. And then attack it next year. Maybe get a few signings and a few loans in. And just save that money. Hopefully we can build up some money. And hopefully get into Europe. Generate more money. And go at that next year. But there's still a lot of things you can do. Now, if you're a fan of my channel, you've watched a lot of the recent stuff I've done over the last 7 to 8 months, you'll know I've been using a tactic called the VOLCANO, which is basically the old lightning bolt. I know the lightning bolt's been changed. A lot of other people have changed it. I still use the original, and I call it the VOLCANO, and I think it's still brilliant. And one thing I want to hopefully do over the course of this rebuild series with these different teams is show you that it's still good. I love it. I've got 100% faith in it. So that's what we're going to be doing. Now I'm going to load up a couple of other tactics, so we've got a bit of variety if needed. But the main tactic is going to be the VOLCANO, and I'm going to try and mould the team into being good playing with the VOLCANO. Now, of course, I'm not making any signings. We're going to try and save our money for next year, but there's things you can do. And one thing I was going to do was rebuild the staff. Now, it's all right, but it could be better. Now, Juve have got an amazing staff, and to get up to anywhere near their level, it's going to be hard work. That would take a while to do that, but I could definitely improve this lot. So this is my coaching team, and yeah, you'll see me, I'm pretty good. You can't be managing Milan and be a Sunday League manager, but I'm more on the mental side than the coaching side. I think I'm good at technical coaching, mental coaching. Yeah, but I usually tend to push my attributes over to the mental side. Now, one thing I was going to do is keep my assistant. He's not the best coach in the world, but he's a decent assistant. I couldn't find anyone better. But when it came to my coaching team, look at my goalkeeping coaches. They're crap. My fitness coaches are shite. I've got no one who's any good at attacking, defending, or anything really. They all needed to go. Now, apart from the top 2 scouts as well, the rest of these lot were going to be out the door because there's so many staff members out there that are great and available. Don't get stuck on people and think, oh, I've got to keep him because it's Maldini, who I'm going to sack him. He's a director of football and it's crap. Just clear the decks. Staff, I always say this, is super important, and I think it can give you an edge. And I've got this massive scouting team that I don't need. I only need to know the main countries. I don't want to be buying people from out in freaking Mongolia. When it came to my physio team as well, I was going to completely rip this to shreds. The head physio I wanted to replace, even though he's quite good. I've got another physio who's quite good. And everyone else is crap. And I remember Milan used to have the legendary medicals department. Do you know what I mean? I remember them saying you could go to Milan at 30 and they will prolong your career and you will still be playing at a high level at 36, 37. I remember them talking about it when Beckham went there. Do you remember? And they did used to have some great players who played for a very long time, Maldini and so on. You're not going to do that with this, are you? So yeah, the staff was getting ripped to shreds. That's one advantage I needed. Now, one other advantage we had this year, at least, no European football means we can just go Serie A, Serie A, Serie A and have a cheeky cup run. Do you know what I mean? So there's no added pressure. Do you know what I mean? There's no extra games taking its toll on my team, so I didn't need this massive squad. Now, jump forward a bit. This is just before the very first game of the season against Fiorentina. At this point, I thought I was settled in my squad that I was going to go into the year with, and I was settled in my staff, so let's see what I did. Now, I managed to sell one player. That's all I needed to do, really, to be fair, and it's this guy. Didn't need him. Overloaded in that area. He was probably the worst of it. We've got about 7.5 million for him, a bit of money off the wage bill. He's staying in Italy anyway, Spanish 23-year-old. I mean, he was a handy player. But again, I just had to trim it that little bit. I was just going to try and do that throughout the year, try and just get rid of dead wood. And where I got to work, like I said, is my staff. I always do this before. When I take over any club, I always sort my staff out pretty much first. Or what I'll do is I'll quickly look over the squad, to be fair. And if I've got to sell all the players, I'll try and get them all up for sale and try and get rid of them. Some of them you might not, might take a while. But I'm always focused on the staff pretty quick as well. And I like to try and get as much money as I can have then. If the wages are down, you can move money about. If you've got players out the door quick, you've got extra money to spend and then attack. You might miss out on the odd player, but you know, make sure you've got him. If you really want someone, make sure you put them on like a short list. And if someone is coming in for him, you know then you're not going to miss out on him. You can maybe go for him a bit earlier. But as you can see here, look, brought in all these bad boys. I'll have a look in a minute at them in more detail. And I've got rid of all these, and I've got rid of all the I don't care about the under 20s, under 18s at the minute. I'm going to have a head of youth who runs them, manages them. This is short term. I'm not building from the youth. If I was doing a 10-year save, I would. I love doing that. I need a fix now, so that's just a waste of money. I could get rid of a lot of them for nothing. Just get rid of them. So this is my staff overview. Now, as you can see, it's not the best at everything, but the coaching team has improved. Do you know what I mean? Like, really improved. I'm happy with this. I mean, fitness, Juve have got the best. We're third. Goalkeepers, Juve have got 2 of them. We've got 1. But, you know, it's better. My physio team's way better. I mean, I was well happy. So here is my new coaching team. And I always like to have 2 goalkeeper coaches, 2 fitness coaches. And look at that now. Remember me old goalkeeping coaches? Look at them now. 19 and everything. Brilliant. Fitness coaches, I've got a 19 and a 20. My staff, I've got a great attack coach. I've got a decent defensive coach. We've got another mentals coach. We've got guys here who are good at technical coaching as well. As the year goes on, they won't let me add to it. You know, wait till Christmas, ask for an extra coach or 2. Get to next year, ask for an extra coach or 2. Just keep expanding it. So obviously, I've not made any major signings. I've only sold 1 major player. I've released a few as well, but they're nobodies. So we're still predicted to be 5th. Let's see what happens, eh? I think we jump forward to the halfway point and see what I go up to. Now, just for starters, you'll see where we are in the league anyway, but the cup hasn't started yet. But like I said, we're not in Europe, are we? So we could hopefully do better in the league, try and get in the Champions League, and go on a good cup run. I was really going to try and go on a good cup run. And even though red's quite hard to see in little writing on black, if you've got a good eye, you'll have seen that we're 2nd in the league. But that's great. We're 7 points away from Juve, but Juve should be winning the league. They've got Cristiano Ronaldo, leading goal scorer in Serie A by a country mile. Also looks like a granddad because if you've ever seen one of my story experiments, you might have seen the Ronaldo Messi one where I made him old. Well, I'm lazy and I could never be bothered changing the faces back. So ever since I've made that video, Cristiano Ronaldo always pops up looking like he's about 55. So that's why. But I was happy halfway through. It's the 1st of January. I've got a great goalkeeper. We're going to have a look at the stats in a minute. But 2nd in the league. I've lost 2 games. 1 against Juventus, 5-0, and 1 against Roma, both away from home. So, undefeated at the San Siro. We drew with Inter, Napoli, Hellas Verona, and Sampdoria. But we've also won some cracking games. Some absolute cracking games. And every time we win, we don't let one in. And the reason we're doing so well is because we're great at defending. My tactic's brilliant. I know it is. And I knew we had a great defence. And they're proving it. We've only conceded 10. Now, don't get me wrong. Look at it. It's Italy. Everyone likes to defend in this country. But they've definitely surpassed any expectations I had from them. They've been awesome. Apart from Juventus, when it comes to scoring goals, I do think we're lacking quality going forward. I think we're great at the back. Okay in the middle. And okay-ish going forward. There's definitely room for improvement. So we're 7th, scoring 30, but then when you look at Juve, scoring 62, yeah, we've got some ground to catch up, especially if we ever want to win the Serie A. This is my squad arranged by average rating. Now, I didn't go with any rotation plans. Again, if you watch any of my stuff, you know a lot of the time I'll have quite a balanced squad. A player for every position, 2 players for every position. I'll have an A team and a B team. But because I just want to go for both, I'm running 2 competitions. I've just tried, if I can, to play my best team all the time. and I think that's why hopefully we're going to do okay. Now, see, Hernandez only played 2 games, so ignore him. Romagnoli, club captain, beast. He's been brilliant for me. Brilliant. Now, he's wanted because he's awesome. Manchester United want him. Man United. Have a bit of... There you got Silver. He hasn't played too much either. Suso. He's alright. Now, he's wanted. He's a pretty good player, to be fair. Spurs want him. But I quite like him. Caldera, the guy at the back again. He's really good. Where are the goals coming from? Of course, the kid I thought was going to be good. Yeah, look at him. Determined. He can finish. He can finish. He's only played once for Poland. I don't think Poland have got... They've got like one good striker, haven't they? Lewandowski. Get that kid playing with Lewandowski. Now, I forgot to show you this earlier. I just wanted to show you my board expectations. And they just wanted us. This is how sad it is, really. This is AC Milan. AC Milan. And they just wanted us to get in the Europa League. That should never be AC Milan's goal. That should never be their goal. Always should be Champions League challenge for a title. Personally. Shows you how much they've fallen, innit? Do you know what I mean? They want to get to the semi-final of the Cup. We'll see what goes on there. The Supercoppa Italiana. We're in the final against Juventus. Now, it's weirdly played at this time of year, so I'm playing that very soon, right? It's not at the start of the year. It's like a Super Cup, innit? And that's because we got to the final last year and lost. That must be heartbreaking being a Milan fan. Look at Juve. They've done the double, what, 4 years on the run? The domestic double, 4 years on the run. That is so bloody boring. So obviously it's Italy, it's not England. Get a bit of a winter break. Got a couple of friendlies. I've let my assistant sort them out. I can't be arsed with that at this point. I've got too much Football Manager to play. Not only have I had to play with Milan, I've got 2 other clubs I've been playing with. I've got my Denton Villa one I'm still playing because I'm doing an Into the Future video with that as well. I've been playing a lot, but I'm a bit of a geek. I love this game. I love it. It's not been a chore at all. So you'll see here we've got to play that team in the Coppa Italia first round. Then we've got Juve, who battered us, so we'll have to see what happens with that. And then hopefully we can go on a good cup run and stay in the top 4. So let's jump forward and find out what happened. Well, here we are with the Supercoppa Italiana final, and we won it. We kind of FM'd it, we were lucky, we rolled our luck, but my good defence, as you can see, kicked into gear. Finished 0-0. We cheekily won on penalties. Do you know what? Sometimes you've got to win ugly. And we definitely won ugly. Picked up a trophy, which I always like to do. And stuck 2 fingers up to Juventus. It was time for the Coppa Italia. And I wanted to go on a good run. So let's see what we did. And we started off against the... I can't say that name. I want to say Frosinone. Sounds like an ice cream. Again, 0-0. Had to do it on penalties. But we should have beat them in 90 minutes. We battered them. We then played Roma, a team that beat us earlier in the season in the league. And we were brilliant. Kessie. Legend. My little Polish striker. Even more of a legend. We beat him 3-1. Extra time. Scored 2 goals late on. Yeah, I can't lie. That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. But not as much as I enjoyed this. Semi-final. It's 2 legs. I don't know why, but it freaking is. It annoys me, 2-legged crap. But we beat Inter, our arch rivals, 4-1. 4-1. They probably were a little bit better, but we were just dangerous. Look at my average ratings. And then we finished them off in the second leg, 2-0. Again, decent performance. We had a couple of good performances. The rest of the team were average. And the old guy in the middle, he's been brilliant this year. I had my doubts about him, but I think he's 33 nearly. But we did a great job against him. And this is a classic case of what happens sometimes with my tactic. Low possession, but you win. So it doesn't matter how much you have the ball. It's what you do when you've got it. And it was on to the final. And finally, Juve, you might batter us 5-0 in the league, but you can't beat us in a cup final, can you? 3-0 this time. We didn't FM him. It's pretty freaking even. It wasn't the most exciting game. We want a lot of chances, but we took our chances. Scored 3 against Juventus. Cristiano Ronaldo got subbed off. He was that crap. Booed him and laughed at him, pointing at him. That was me, not just the fans, just me. Now I've come back here towards the running. 3 games left because the next game we're playing is against Juventus. So we've got 3 games left, and we're only 3 points behind them. Their goal difference is insane. But you can beat someone 5-0. We'll beat them 1-0. It's all about the points, unless you get level. Now there's a rule in Serie A, and I can't remember how it works. If you end up level on points, I don't think it goes down to goal difference, you know. I think it's games against each other or something like that. But it is what it is. So yeah, to be in this position with 3 games left was brilliant because we pretty much secured our top 4 place, and that's all I wanted this first year. Get back to the Champions League, get that status, get the club's rep up, get the money up, and attack it next year. So with 3 games left, what happened? Well, we beat Juventus again. We beat them again. We were well better than them. Cristiano Ronaldo had a better game, and he scored early doors, and then we just bossed him with 3 goals, which put us level on points. I'm believing here. We're going to do it. We're going to do a double in my first season. You don't need to spend any money. Second game was against Brescia. I'm rubbish at saying things. Don't have a go at me. Away from home, we beat them 2-0. Again, we battered them. Again, we deserved it. It was on TV. Everyone watched. And look at my defence again. But then in our last game, in the Milan derby, at home, we drew 0-0 with Inter. So them last 3 games, we battered Inter. Look at that. How did we not score? Sometimes I've been frustrated with our lack of oomph up front. And it was evident here how much non-oomph we've got up front. 22 shots, 6 on target. So did that get our league title up? Or did we do it just enough? Were we good enough? Were we? Let's find out. No, we weren't. We ended the season level. Without spending a penny with the mighty Juventus. Juventus have won another freaking league title. I can't remember if it is goal difference or not. If it is, they definitely did it on goal difference, because look how better they are at scoring goals. But we got in the top 4. We finished second, level on bastard points with Juve. So as you can see, we finished the season with the 4th highest scoring team, which ain't too bad. But then look how many goals Juventus scored. But then look how good our defence is, and this is why I'm more confident going in next year, thinking just keep that defence together, keep that line together, because they're going to know each other now even more. And any resource we can pump into the front of the team, the better. And this is what I've liked, why I've done it this way, because I didn't spend any money. I've assessed what I've got, and now I can attack the areas I know need improving. This is my final squad, arranged by average rating, and my right back was my best player, followed by one of my centre halves. So that shows you, and Kessie was brilliant and all. To be fair to him, he was really, really good. Now, my little Polish fella's right down there when it comes to average rating. Didn't get into the 7s, but he still scored 22 goals. A striker that gets over 20 goals, I'm happy with. But he needs backup. He needs either someone to push him, someone better than him, someone who can fill in when he can't play. And I need more on the wings. Now, I've also got players here who want to go. And some players are going to go because they've not played, or they're not happy, or they want a new deal, and they're too old. And I've got I had a little list together. And last year, it was all about the staff. This summer, it's going to be all about new players. We've got to get past this team, and they've got more resources and already got a better squad than me. I mean, Dybala, Higuain, who's still there for some reason. I mean, he's a great player, isn't he? I know he's injured, but he's absolutely class. I mean, look at some of them. I mean, we've got a good team. I mean, Italy as a whole is not what it used to be, is it? But Juve, just that little bit. Just that little bit more special, aren't they? Like, really, really special. Well, there we go. That is the end of episode 1. Hopefully, you enjoyed it enough to smash that like button. Go on, be a gentleman. It really helps the episode, helps my channel, helps more people find the video. If you want to help the channel a little bit more, you can support my Patreon. You'll find a link to that down below in the description. And yeah, I'd love to know what you think. Again, we're going to come back for episode 2, my second season at Milan. Keep trying to rebuild and try and get them on the top of Italian football and beyond. And it's going to be a very, very busy summer. I'm hoping the next episode will be out quite soon after this one, and then quite soon after that we'll just jump on to the next club and the next club and the next club. All depends, each club depends really how many episodes. It depends how long it takes me. I don't think I'm going to do more than 3. If I get to 3 episodes, I've not achieved my goal, I think I'll write off it as a failure. Hopefully I won't fail, and hopefully I can make more of you fall in love with the great volcano tactic, and hopefully I've inspired some of you to pick up the game and try a new team and just have a bit of fun again with Football Manager, because FM20 isn't out till November. Oh, it's miles away. Anyway, thank you for taking time out of your busy day. You've been an absolute legend. I've been Bood. I'll see you next time.